The last few days have been unfavorable for Sha'Carri Richardson. She had an incident at the Seattle Tacoma International Airport a few days ago, which resulted in her getting arrested. She attacked her boyfriend, Christian Coleman, who's also an Olympic athlete, and pushed him so hard, he fell down. And that's difficult because Sha'Carri Richardson is not the biggest lady. But outside of that incident, the black social media world has already started responding with its thoughts and theories.
Women don't just put their hands on men, so what did Christian Coleman do to Sha'Carri Richardson to cause her to put her hands on him? That's what I want to know. Stop this cap.
What? Now, the gentleman is saying, what did he do? Like, it must have been his fault, which is very interesting because the Seattle Tacoma International Airport would have, I would assume, the best security cameras on planet Earth, just like any other international city. So they probably have cameras all over the city, including the airport. So besides the footage that the airport has, Christian Coleman must have did something to Sha'Carri Richardson that even cameras couldn't see. He's a smart guy, isn't he?
Got him!
You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about this situation. Yeah, hey, listen, man. Women don't be putting their hands on men. Women defend themselves from men. You feel me? That's what women do. Because it's usually a man to put hands on a woman.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
Now, the guy is saying, well, we all know that women don't ever put their hands on men. Men put their hands on women. And of course, that seems to always be the narrative. And it's sad coming from a man like this guy, because we clearly know that women can put their hands on men. We also know that Sha'Carri Richardson put her hands on her ex-girlfriend, and it was an abusive relationship back and forth. So we already know that women put their hands on women, women put their hands on men. Women can also be aggressive and violent when they want to, or if they feel that they have to, or even if it's unjustified. Women can do that. But of course, this is the narrative. And unfortunately, it got worse.
I can't wait till they release the footage. I just know Sha'Carri was whooping ass. Oh my God. Oh my God. I know a fighter when I see one. That bitch got them beat us. She don't got no fat on her chest meat. It's nothing here, and she run fast. She was tearing his ass up, and I know for a fact he wished he had a pilot's license in that motherfucker. There was no other way for him to get away from her ass.
What?
Now, this actually, it disturbed me a little bit. So you have a young lady with a wave cap on, looking like 50 Cent from G-Unit in 2002, basically saying that, oh, I want to see the video because I know she was whipping his behind. I mean, just talking very ignorantly, because if that was her brother or her son, or if a man was doing that to her, she would not find it funny at all. I mean, they never would find it funny at all. It's only when they're talking about it in third person, or if it's a woman beating on a man for any unjustified reason. But this one takes the cake.
He declined on pressing any type of charges against her. Beat me up and I'll bail you out later. Real love. He also stated to the police that he is not a victim. Now, men usually are not, but in this case, I don't know, sir. You were thrown against a wall. You might be a victim, and that's okay. Unless, what did you do to her?
So again, you have this lady basically saying, hey, you know, Christian Coleman refused to testify on her, but hey, well, Christian, what did you do? So basically, Christian, you deserved, like, for her to do whatever she did to you. You were in the wrong, okay? Basically, you did something to her that made her jump on you, even though she got arrested and the footage did not show any of that. But obviously, you did something that nobody could see. Crazy, right? But she did mention something, that Christian Coleman did speak to the media, and he had these revelations about Sha'Carri Richardson.
Actually, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if, like, she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she have, like, things that she need to work on for herself, of course. And so do I, so do you, like, everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just, like, extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if, like, I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at, like, situations like this to just, like, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you can do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and the human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. And so that's kind of how I look at the situation. And I hate the narrative too of just, like, it's so negative. But like I said, it's just like in the state of Seattle, even talking to the cop or whatever, he was just like, it really was nothing I could do. And just like, I understood. But I mean, like I said, it was just a sucky situation. But she's a human being and a great person. And I feel like, like, we've been able to be, like, really good teammates, like, all year. And I hate that narrative too because, us coming together, like, we're just two, like, real dominant personalities. And she's, to me, the best female athlete in the world. Like, I see it every day. And, like, for me in my process, like I just said, like, moving training groups, a whole new environment, a whole new, training setup, different than what I've been in the past, like, 10 years of my, track and field career. And transitioning and then still coming back running 9.8 and feeling like I got so much more to give. Like, that's my path, that's my journey. And, like, being so up close and personal with her every day. And, like, I watched this girl, like, fall on the track, like, in February and walk it off like it was, like a cramp, but get back up and have to take, like, a month and a half of just, like, rehab and trying to come back. And then 3 weeks later, like, have a competition and, like, like, she just has a lot of things going on and, like, a lot of emotions and forces going on inside of her that, like, not only I can understand, but, nobody can, because she's one-on-one, and I'm one-on-one too. And so I know everything is happening in God's plan, because obviously he's one-on-one. And so that's really the main focus and the thing that I just wanted to say. And I know that, like, it's been a tough journey for her this year, but she's going to bounce back. And like I said, I see it every day. She's the best female athlete in the world, and she's going to be just fine. She's going to be good, and I'm going to be good too. So it is what it is.
People that saw what he had to say on social media had some interesting opinions. Look at this guy. Look at the black man. You see how we protect the black woman's image and defend black women in the face of adversity? Beautiful. We don't get on TV and on podcasts and say how we hate our spouse for years in the whole marriage. We don't speak about entanglements on podcasts and ish like that. Shout out to him for holding her down. So this person automatically understands that the man is basically defending her, even though she's clearly in the wrong. This other person says, he spoke highly of her. His heart is pure. I know many people who would have took this time to be negative. Yes, probably like yo ass. That's the situation, right? The man is beaten and berated. And oh, he spoke highly of her. How nice of him to do that. His heart is pure. Just similar to what Michelle Obama does to Barack. Oh, that's great that he can take that abuse and still speak highly of her, which in my honest opinion, the guy is, he's silly for that, but I'll get into that in a minute. But let me get into more of these comments. M. goes, bro said, let me get in front of this. Right. He's protecting somebody who's abusing him. It's crazy, right? But look at this. Oh, that was very sweet of him. Okay. Y'all not talking about what she did at all. I mean, this man is still being demonized, even though he did the right thing. Okay. I knew it. I literally said she should have not been arrested. Like headphones, they knew who she was and wanted to tarnish her image. Okay, right. So basically, they just made this all up, a professional athlete with no proof just to risk being sued? Right. Now, here's what some of the people said. Bro, she pushed him. Can we move on? She literally pushed him. Okay, so basically, she just pushed him. That's all. All right, but what if he pushed her? Would you feel the same way? Of course you wouldn't. Now, this person says, some of y'all must not have read the police report. She pushed him several times, calling him to fly several feet, even into a pole. She also threw headphones at him. It may seem simple, but situations like these escalate. Next time, it could be her throwing a knife. And this is actually great. Give her a round of applause. Now, the reason why we want to give her a round of applause is because he's experienced this before. If she has the confidence to do this in person, she's doing it behind the scenes. All right. And a lot of these women think that it's okay for women to do this. Look at this person here. This is nice, but if the roles were reversed and a woman was attacked by a man, then came out speaking like this, everyone would be throwing word around like Stockholm syndrome, gaslighting, abuse. Let's be consistent. What she did is still domestic violence. Amen. Yes, she should have been arrested, just as you would have expected a man to be. Yes, she got emotions to work through just like an abusive man would. Two things can be true. Stop the show. Now, this is somebody speaking facts, okay? This is the parity that women say that they want, but obviously we see that there was a disparity, even attacking a young man who was being supportive of an abusive woman, and people are still blaming him as if it's his fault when there's security cams all around, there's footage all around. Clearly he was not arrested. He did not do anything wrong, but yet somehow it is his fault. Now this other person goes, respect his response. What he said is true. However, I am a mother to a young man. My advice to you, Christian, is move on. It always starts with the push. We know how unbalanced it is for men and women. She may put you in a sticky situation. Don't ignore the signs. Let me get to his response. Again, Mr. Christian Coleman probably really loves Sha'Carri Richardson. However, Sha'Carri Richardson has this habit. She is a person that can't get along with men. We see that. She was in a relationship with a lesbian and it had the same issues. She's a crash out. But what we have found out from most of these responses is that when men take abuse from women and you stand up for her, that's cute. That's nice. All right. But really what that is gatekeeping politics. You want to be able to gatekeep men, some of you, into basically being abused by you if you want to do so. And then at the same time, if he does the same thing or retaliates, then all of a sudden now he's at fault. This creates a lose-lose situation for the relationship and for men in general. And for every man to have to come out and then defend it like this because, oh, she's tripping, oh, she shouldn't be demonized, and stand up for your mate while your mate clearly doesn't care about your safety. When she was pushing him and throwing something at him, she didn't care about him. She didn't care about his career. He could have hurt himself. It could have been worse. He could have tripped and fell and hurt his knee or anything. Could have been a slight injury. It could have been a major injury. But when she was attacking him at this time, she didn't care about him. Only thing that she cared about was her. But as you can see, he's caring about her, even at times where she don't care about him. And many men go through situations like this, and you're expected to act like this. And if a woman is behaving in a manner that is disrespectful, then it's your fault. Okay, well then was it Christian Wood's fault when Sha'Carri Richardson got kicked off the Olympics? Was it Sha'Carri Richardson's fault when she gets into it with fans? Is it Sha'Carri Richardson's fault when she has issues with everybody else? Well, she was having those issues clearly before Christian came in. And I'm going to be honest and tell you this. If Sha'Carri was a male athlete acting like that, he would already be out of the industry, and we all know that to be true. We know that, okay? We know that he would have no more opportunities to do anything. But again, it's cape for women, and when men see the disparities in these sorts of relationships, it's hard to want to commit to it. And this is not to say that every woman is behaving like Sha'Carri Richardson, but clearly there's a strong disparity. And one of the comments even mentioned it as such. You know that things are not equal for women to men. In other words, if you need to defend yourself, it's going to look like you hurt her. And people are going to take her side. People are already taking her side anyway, and it's clear as day that she's in the wrong. You cannot make a more calculated and well thought out loving response as Christian did. And you even have another guy, like in the first clip, demonizing this man as if he's in the wrong. And the guy came out and tried to support her. What win is there for a guy like this? I don't know. But one thing I will tell you, man, is never forgive people who treat you like this, because you're just giving them the green light to continue to disrespect you. And you can never flourish in a world of disrespectful people. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.